find pieces of me all over the yard. In this house of cards, she says, hey man, there were just too many days when our good intentions only got in the way. And I almost never know what I should say. Maybe nothing nowhere ever was that okay. In this house of cards, with only hearts. Darling, down the highway, doing 95 alone. Trying to reach you, call you, but you won't come to the phone. Remember me, said you'd be my heart's home. Guess you were biding your turn to go. Oh, I really should've known. Be with that in mind till we hit a red light. Then I see the signs. Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. God, your love was real, but it's not for us. Now you can't decide. After all this time, this was it for us. Change your energy, yeah, you switch things up. Now you seem brand new to me. But was that even for? Was you playing your games? Was you really bored? No. I really should've known. Be with that in mind till we hit a red light. Then I see the signs. Oh, after all that time, this is it for us.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude. 500.
Okay, I did not read the patch notes yet. What all was in there? Or give me a second. I'm gonna look it up. I saw that the Hun was in there, but I didn't look up all the stuff that I need to look up because I don't really care about the Hun right now. I can't afford to buy it, so I'm gonna pretend it doesn't exist. I need to bring up the patch notes though. Let's see. Wonder if I can do a... Let me see. Oh, I thought I had one set up to do this. Apparently I don't. Oh well. I'm just gonna look it up. Alright, news, changelog. Alright, Super Saber is in. DCS Core, calling airbase, blah, okay, painted H, that's back-end stuff, nobody cares about that. Multiplayer, added netcode synchronization, and new logic for zero-length launch entity with animations and gameplay ground services, constraints. Issue with airdropped cargo if crate destroyed, but visual model remains, yep. It's on dedicated servers. AI aircraft developed new logic for AI units using zero-length launch platforms. Added new AI ground attack logic for toss attacks. Fixed fighter AI, the helicopter Huey, Hip, Hind, and alternate are targeted even though the enemy is given a search and engage task with helicopters unchecked. Let's see, AI planes will perform a distant evasive maneuver against a hostile aircraft or ground radar, not against a missile. Is that why all of our Blue 4 kept getting blown up immediately? Because they weren't dodging missiles, they would only dodge the radar? Once the missile's in the air, they're like, oh, screw it. They got me. Oh, okay, here's a good one, everybody. You're going to love this one. So the Tor SAM, which is the SA-15, system no longer tracks targets through the terrain. Because we all know we've been Eye of Sauron by an SA-15 through a friggin' mountain or a building all the time. The SA-15 was broken as shit. So was the Panzer. So they fixed that. They say they fixed that. Let me correct that. Alright, the rest of it's just some stuff. Let's see, GUI. Okay, here we go. Dynamic spawn loadout issue with saving last loadout used and auto-filling even if the next flight is the new server where some items... Okay, yeah, that's just when people switch servers and they have restrictions on loadouts. People were getting illegal munitions into servers that way. Mission editor added new static units category and point takeoff, an icon for zero length. Okay. Weapons panel, saving a mission will now attempt to apply default weapon settings in case pylon contains none. Added ability to view edit Lua scripts that are saved or added in the mission via triggers like do script files, etc. with line numbering and syntax highlighting. Perfect. So you can actually look at it up in instead of having to pull it out of the file and look at it with a third-party program. Is that what they're saying? Because that would be nice. I always hated having to unpack everything, put it into another viewer, make an adjustment, and then save it back in, put it back into the script, put it back into the editor, and then put it back into DCS. It's a pain in the ass. Let's see. Added new waypoint action toss attack. Yeah. Triggers. Added fade switch for image trigger. That's fine. Scripting API. Potential fix for the event hit, event kill missing on kill trades. That's fine. Weapons. Let's see. Fabs. Adjusted damage factors, explosives, and weights. Oh, are they going to make Fabs actually blow shit up again? That'd be good. Let's see. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay, this is a lot of crap weaponry that I don't care about. Shrikes. Some updated models. Some DTC stuff. Oh, okay, for the MiG-29 DTC, so they're doing some Fulcrum updates for the DTC system. Oh my god, there's a lot of stuff for the Hornet. Oh, good. The MSI is implemented. So the MSI on the Hornet, that's the multi-source integration system. So remember, Vic, how I was showing you how you could fire a missile using the AWACS's track? That's fully implemented now through the MSI. So your Link 16 and stuff should be able to have different multi-source tracking all in real time through the data link. Should all give you better. It should actually give you better IFFs too, closer to real. Tracks have contributed from radar, data link, FLIR, harm. If any parameters of the target cannot be obtained from one source and these parameters can be obtained from another source, yep, that's what MSI does. Jammers without range from radar can get range from other sources, correct. Okay, that's good. So they're actually implementing MSI. I don't know if it's going to be the full MSI through the full Link 16 support, but it sounds like they're getting part of it in there, which means your radar's going to do a lot more for you if you're on the data link and there's a lot more stuff up in the air. Creation update, the creation, updating, and display on radar attack. Yeah. SA, MSI, got it. Yeah, I know this stuff. Low priority tracks are added, sure. The HAFU symbol output system should be up to, yeah, that should be by an algorithm. The MSI and LTWS buttons on the data page of radar attack now function as intended, okay. The TDC cursor on the radar azimuth elevation page, which would be that crazy one that people always ask me questions when I'm using. It's the frontal view cone of the radar. And SA Pages has a new feature, sticky cursor. So that you can get your TDC to automatically center when you're hand off of it. That way it's not sitting on the side somewhere. That's actually standard. It should be that way. The indication of radar, FLIR, and harm field of view is added on the SA. That's fine. SA page, the sensors command display, link 4 harm and FLIR statuses. If sensor is unavailable, is marked with a cross. That's good. HUD radar indication, Jehemix, radar indication HUD, AG. Yep. Time UFC, enable switch flashlight green. That doesn't matter. Let's see. Fix to CAN CSR line on HSI HUD is not restored when signal is back. Yep, I've seen that. AI launched AIM-54 Phoenix missiles. Warning appears as 14 and RWR rather than an M. CCIP legend remains in HUD. HSI data AC sublevel does not display wind speed direction. Fixed. Okay, so it's actually got the wind back in there. And they did a lot to the Hornet. SAI scale. Yep. 320 miles. Nautical miles, I should say. Harm can detect and engage EWR units. Thank you. I've been wanting that forever. Every time I got to go kill an EWRS radar, like when I say I finally found their search radar, the big one that usually hides somewhere, you can't hit it with a harm in DCS, which is silly because that's the easiest radar in the world to hit with a harm. That's the original use of the harm, was to take out the EWRS before we get anywhere in the area. And in DCS, it's like, nope, that's like icky radiation. We can't shoot that.
Bullseye 326 for 170.
See, fuel dump mist effect is no longer visible. At FLIR capacity to lock ships with IR contrast seems degraded. Oh, so now when I'm dumping fuel, it'll actually show the mist, the aerosoling. So they say. Alright, Fulcrum up. Okay, Viper upgrades. Here we go. FCR, AGR, and slant range logic calculations have been worked on. Air-to-ground range source correlation or corrections. Range source priority logic applied. Backup bombing sensor, baro, and radar altimeter selection enabled. That's fine. Temperature specific CCIP. That's good. Temperature of the air does affect the calculation. RF switch functionality. Quiet and silent. FCR data link. Update STPT and DESDED pages for the new DTC features. TMS action on HSD for DTC. Okay, this is all just DT stuff. That doesn't matter. Symbol display priority corrections in HSD and HAD formats. That'll be good. It does not look like they've gotten the full Link 16 into the Viper yet. But I mean, for the most part, the Viper has what data link stuff it's going to have for Link 16. It can use the data tracks for visual purposes, but you can't fire a missile onto it at the moment. Nav pressing uncaged to declutter HUD with weight on wheels causes roll indicator to flicker briefly. Yep, I've seen that too. After mark point creation, all waypoints aim at STP-1. Yeah, I've seen that too, for sure. That's where people suddenly get their targeting pod and it's like looking up into space and they can't change it for a bit. Well, no, I mean, the Viper's not going to get full MSI support. It doesn't have it. It's got some of it. Apache's got a bunch of shit. That's all grayscale, magnitude cues, G status, that's fine. This is all, yeah, this is just nothing really. RLWR symbol audio updates for new radar units. Okay, that's fine. FCR symbology over TSD ranges. Yeah, the Viper, the Block 50 Viper is not going to have the same MSI implications as the Hornet. It's a different radar, it's a different system. It can't fully integrate into the MSI system. That doesn't exist. It does get a lot of data from the data link, though. It just can't utilize all of it in the same way. It's an older jet. Even with the upgrades, it's not that upgraded. Hind added new special option to remove Petrovich context interface wheel. Let's see. After the first TGT is detected and TGT list is created, no other TGTs are added to the list, contrary to single search fixed. Oh, okay, that's good. You'd have to keep setting Petrovich to a full new scan, or else, because it wouldn't update the list when he's looking through his site. That was a pain. AI target list refreshing, interfering with user choosing the target, and AI pilot altitude. Okay, that's fine. Chinook. Fixed crash on MSN page. Heading change is not reflect. Oh, okay. This is what I was talking about. Remember how I said the radio doesn't work and the heading bug doesn't work? It was definitely a bug. So the heading change is not reflected in the HSD anymore. Fixed. We'll check that out tonight for sure. Crashes when joining multi-cruise with a Chinook. Okay, we got some of the DAFCS systems added. The TRC. Okay, that's good. So now we've got more than just a stupid hold. Now we've got the actual DAFCS, so you can control your speed with your hold. Still not the full thing, but that's a good start. They need to get the passive DAFCS systems running. That way people don't wig out and lose control so easily. Initial implementation of the flight director, H4 radio logic, SFD controls, avionics summary screen. Keybinds to open and close the cargo bay doors. I already had keybinds for that. What are they talking about? Oh, they're adding defaults for the keyboard. Got it. Bunch of fixes for the fish bed that I'm not going to read because I just don't care. Phantom. Oh my god, the Phantom is a friggin' Bible. I'll look into the Phantom stuff later. That's a lot. Oh, there's a lot on the Tomcat too. A whole lot. Added F-14A export variants. So let's see. Dedicated liveries. AN ALR 4550 system glove vanes. AIM-9 Juliets and AIM-9 Ps. Adjusted payload options for historical accuracy, jammed AIM-7E Sparrows, tarps. Yeah. This is all for the A model. I like literally do not fly the A model, so I'm gonna skip some of this. Some more fixes for the A6E Intruder. Some Vigan. This is a huge ass patch. Okay, here we go. DCS Syria map. Added spring and winter seasons to Syria. Alright, we got seasons in Syria now. Added a bunch of air bases. Nevatim Air Base. I'm not going to read all the air bases. A whole bunch of new air bases. New hangars at Ramat David and Prince Hassan. Military bases at Konya, Salafor, and Debakarik. Added new territory of the Gaza Strip, Israel, and Turkey. Added the cities Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, Konya, a whole bunch of cities. Wow, this is huge, actually. Added scenes placement for air defenses and air defensive systems. Added amusement park scenes. Improved coastline. Added new map icons for objects, air defenses, radars, blah, blah, blah. Changed Erkan Airport, blah, blah, blah. Taxiways to Cannes. Added some to Cannes buildings. Taxiways have been optimized at Ben Gurion Airport, so some parking lots... Okay. Remember how I couldn't use the dynamic spawn at Ben Gurion for like the C-130 and stuff? That should be fixed now. At least at Ben Gurion. I'm assuming they have to do it at a few other places, but... Taxiways have also been optimized at Palmachin. It looks like that's the only map, is just Syria. Good updates for Syria, but they did not get the optimization implementation for all the maps yet. Like, they didn't do that yet at all, where they're going to lower the map size and all that, the file, and optimize the loading. That's not in here. Still, though, this is a really good patch. I suggest people look it up and read it, at least on the stuff you want to learn about. There's a lot there. If you fly a Hornet, you're definitely going to want to read it. Alright, we're going to get up in the air and we're going to show Supreme how to set up on speed and use the DLC with the keybinds. And then we're going to blow some shit up. Then we're going to jump into the war. We're going to attempt to do all that without me getting super sick. So, average night. All right, I'll get up in the air, Supreme, and then I will just, I'll just set up on speed, and we'll just fly around on speed for a minute, and we'll go through the DLC stuff. Yeah, you're missing something. I'll show you how. I'm just gonna do it step by step, how I would set up for a landing. And then we'll see what step you're missing. It's the best way I know of how to find out exactly what went wrong. And give a refresher at the same time. Refreshers are always good. Especially if you get into piloting. Your whole life is refreshers. Alright. Make sure everything's good. Alright, let's get in the air. Alright, we're not going to go fast though. We're going to do a slow climb. I'm almost idle and we're just doing 300 knots. I can't slow down. Gotta love the Tomcat. Alright, we need to slow down. I'm gonna put the air brake out now. Alright, speed's coming down to about 250. Let's drop the gear. So we'll hit the gear. And we're gonna put the flaps down now. And we're gonna go into landing mode. Alright. So, gear down, flaps down. We're in landing mode, so we've got our symbology, and now we're going to start slowing down and we're going to start trimming our nose up a little bit at a time. Alright, there's 180. $150 knots. $120 knots. You can see now we're almost on speed. Nose is coming down. And we're trimming the nose up a little bit more. A little bit more. Alright, we are on speed. So my hand's completely off the stick now, and I'm just using the throttle to maintain my flight vector like normal. So there's my flight vector. You can see the Tomcat likes to climb because it generates so much lift, so it's still trying to climb somewhat. So the way to control that when you're coming in for a landing is the DLC.
6 o'clock.
So with your gear down, your flaps down, and in landing mode, to activate your DLC, you hit your flare dispense. So right here under DLC toggle countermeasure dispense, the same button you hit to hit your countermeasures, your oh shit button. If your gear is down and your flaps are down and you're on speed, you know, your airspeed is correct. If you hit once you're in that position, if you hit your countermeasure, it won't pop a countermeasure, it'll bring your DLC out. So now if we look back, I'm gonna hit my DLC and you can see it just popped. You see him just pop right there? And now you can see I'm having to add some speed, and I'm going to have to trim it up just a little bit. Because the DLC is going to change the avionics a little bit. So we're trimming the nose back up now with the DLC out to get back on speed. Okay, so now we're back on speed. My hand's completely off the stick. Now we're just rocking the throttle to maintain our flight vector, and the DLC is now out. So when you bring your DLC out, you're going to have to reset your trim a little bit again to get back on speed. This is all stuff you would do on the downwind leg before you turn in to do your landing. But now we would make our turn to land, and now you use, once you're in this position, you get your DLC thumb wheel aft and forward. That's all you need. One of them, you hold it down and it's going to force your flight vector to go lower, or the other direction to go higher. So I'm going to hit my DLC now, and you see now my flight vector goes down. I'll let go of it, and I'll go back on speed. If I need to go back up a little bit, I'm just going to roll my DLC back, and then I can let go, and that'll level it off again there. So when you're coming in to land on an aircraft carrier, because this thing generates so much lift, you can just use your DLC to kind of force your flight vector where you need it, along with your throttle. So I'm just using the DLC, and you can see it working back there. That's all there is to it. You can fly around all day like this. I can actually leave my throttle where it is and not even touch the throttle probably, and just use the DLC to slowly gain or lose altitude. And not touch any controls except for the DLC, because I'm trimmed on speed. To activate your DLC, you have to be in landing configuration. So you need to have your gear down, you need to have your flaps down, you need to be going slow to be on speed, and you need to have your... Well, I suggest turning your symbology on, so that way you know you're on speed perfectly. But you can see right here, AOA, I'm right in the donut. I'm at exactly 15 units of AOA. And if I'm coming in a little low, because my flight vector's coming to the ground, I can just increase my speed a little bit. And there we go, we're climbing back up. Or we could use the DLC a little bit. But I'm still not touching the stick at all, I'm just using the throttle now. So if I want to go up and gain a little bit of altitude, but I don't want to use too much throttle, I can throttle up a little bit, and then I can DLC forward to kind of keep my vector low. Yeah, I can show you where the DLC is. So the DLC is on the stick. There's DLC toggle countermeasure, which is your countermeasure button. That's what you use to activate it. And then there's forward and aft, which is what you do to bring your flight vector up or down. That's all you need. 3 bindings, which everyone should already have the countermeasure bound. It must be an on-speed thing, yeah. Get set up for your landing. Get trimmed out on speed. And then if you hit DLC again, it brings the DLC in. We'll bring our flaps up. And we're going to bring the gear in. We're going to start accelerating, so we don't start falling out of the sky as we bring the gear in. We're going to go back into flight mode. Now we got to trim our nose down quickly. All right, we're flying. But yeah, if you were hitting your DLC switch and the DLC wasn't popping up, then you probably either didn't have your flaps all the way down, or your gear wasn't all the way down, or you were going too fast. I've never even tried to pop the DLC without all that stuff out. Like if I hit my thing now, it's just going to pop a flare. So don't even worry about the DLC until you're all set up. Alright, let's spawn some bandits. Which, by the way, this is your nose trim right here too, by the way. This gauge right here. So if you're ever wondering where your trim is kind of set at, you can just look down there. All right, let's get up.
Whoa, I got dirt at 1 o'clock.
Well, that's a good find, Jester. Keep up the good work. Bet you could spot a box of crayons. I'm using my head. I've got a custom motion capture setup. I use a Track IR5 sensor on my monitor, and I also use a custom-built Grass Monkey infrared puck on my head. Because the store-bought ones were garbage. So basically I'm using two different infrared sensors looking at each other, so it works really well. All right.
We have a
Where are
bandit
they?
draw 105, 44 miles.
That's them. Oh, thanks for the cheers, Supreme. I appreciate that. I don't have VR goggles. I'm not sure if my broken, disabled body would allow it. Eventually, if I ever get some goggles to try it, I will, but it's not really in the cards right now, and it probably might not be in the cards either way. Eventually, I'll try it, I'm sure.
There's a bandit 2-ship, draw 105, 39 miles, 46,000. Damn it, I meant...
Well, you most certainly don't have to pay me to get questions answered, that's for sure, but I do appreciate it. It helps a lot. What the heck, Jester? Where's the TID at?
Roger.
What was he looking? 200 miles? I'm pretty sure my PC could handle it. The problem is I have trouble flying already because of my body. Muscle memory, whenever I'm pulling G's in the game, it causes me to flex my muscles just like I was still flying, and because my body's all messed up, it causes me severe pain. So I'm worried that doing it, it's already a problem just with all my good motion capture stuff I'm using with immersion. I can't help myself, my body flexes when I'm flying. I'm worried if I did it in VR, it would be 10 times worse. So I'm sure I could do it, but it might lessen the amount of time I can fly each night because it'll cause me to flex even harder. And I can't break myself of, you know, just that muscle memory of every time you're turning, you're breathing and you're clenching. I'm getting a little bit better about it,
I've
but
got dirt at 6 o'clock. Roger that. Target 14 miles. That's a Su-34.
Yep. All right. Let's get in there and get this. Hey, Jock, how's it going? How's the tanning business?
Target, 6 miles.
Fox 1.
Missiles tracking. This is it.
Splash. Fox 2. Ah, went for flare.
Low. We're at 100 above corner speed. Bandit is going down. Unable, man. 12 o'clock low.
They're splitting up. We're gonna get this guy.
6 o'clock. 8 o'clock low.
Fox 1.
Missile missed. 8 o'clock. 380.
We'll have to go back for his buddy.
34. 12 o'clock. 2 miles. Missiles tracking. He's
Splash.
He splashed. 12 o'clock. 6 o'clock low. Bandit is down. Speed 350. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock low. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Speed 430. 4 o'clock high. Speed 470.
I see him. I see him. I got him.
4 o'clock high. Two o'clock high. We're at 420 blazing. He's under 12-ish. 320.
Fox 2.
Speed 270.
Got him. Nice.
250. Bandit is down.
Well, that was a good 1 versus 3. Yeah, that was all 3, right? Yeah, we're good. All right, I guess we got to get into the war, right? Hopefully we didn't lose any land. I'm hoping we held the middle, that way we can get back on that southern coastline and finish moving up. Our forces got way too split. All right, do we need a... Oh, you know what? Hold on, let me do a... let me jump into a helicopter really quick. I want to test the FD page because none of it worked, which pissed me off. I'll be very happy.
Fixed wing, 5 o'clock, searching.
Mine just looks really good, Jock, because Grumman loves me, so they gave me a custom one. My Tomcat's just awesome like that.
4 o'clock, searching. Hawk. 5 o'clock, searching. Hawk. 5 o'clock, searching. Fan. 9 o'clock, searching.
Okay, let's see.
5 o'clock, searching. Fan. 9 o'clock.
Alright, so let's say we're going to go west, or let's go east, and we'll say we're going to go at 090. So the FD page was broken. None of this worked. So we're going to go to 090, pump it into the heading. Yes! Okay, it works now. That's good. We've got our heading bug works now.
4 o'clock, searching. Fixed wing, 5 o'clock.
What about the radios? Is that working again? Nope, radios still don't work. One thing at a time, I guess. At least the heading bug works.
Hawk. 5 o'clock. Searching. Sam.
I'm in a
9
private
o'clock.
server. This is my practice server. I just go in here to do a quick warm-up before we jump into the war, because I gotta take a bunch of medicine to fly. So this gives my body a little bit of time to get all the medicine going.
Searching.
So this is just a practice map that I've slowly programmed over years with stuff to practice with. Like if I want to practice carrier stuff, I've got a carrier out here that stays out here indefinitely. I've got little battles going on everywhere. So if I switch aircraft really quick, the one I was in just despawns. It just doesn't exist anymore. See, it's gone. And I should still have all, well, I can't show the scripting. That's in the editor, but I got a bunch of scripting I wrote to test scripting out too, like spawning troops not using the CTLD, but doing it in the game. That took a while to figure out. In a normal program, it should. In an Eagle Dynamics program, I don't know and can't answer that for you. In any other program that was created by programmers, yes, that's the way it would work. It would be loaded to the back-end list, which means it would auto-implement through it, but I can't tell you it's going to work that way for sure. I don't have it either, so I can't test it. You'll have to test it. I don't have the Hun. All my money is going for a new throttle because this one's dying. Till I get the new throttle, I can't buy anything else. All right, North Pole, Modern Sinai. Here we go. Yeah, if you've got the Hun, just get in there and find out. Oh no. No SRS for me tonight. Unless DCS crashes. Then I'll update it, I guess. Oh, never mind. DCS crashed, so we're gonna... Give me a second. We're gonna update the SRS. Okay, I'm updating SRS. Alright, DCS updated. Or not DCS, SRS. We're gonna get into the war eventually, I swear. Yeah, I'll have to get into the nuts and bolts later on, like off stream, because I don't want to bore everybody with a bunch of technical jargon and stuff, but I'll get into the Hornet later, and I'll get up in the air, and I'll go through the MSI stuff and see how much they actually implemented. Because they already had it partially in there before, but it didn't work very well because they didn't have the full implementation on the Link 16. But I could fire... There was a chance I could fire an AMRAAM off of an AWACS track. It just wasn't very reliable yet because the MSI wasn't fully implemented. So a lot of times in the middle of war, it was something you weren't going to be able to do. But if they fully implemented MSI, I should be able to... If we've got an AWACS in the air... that doesn't suck, or there's other jets in the air that are on the Link 16 like other Hornets and Vipers, I should be able to fire missiles off their radars quite easily if the MSI is fully implemented. Which, if anybody wants some inside baseball, That's the way BVR for America works. It's not like the old days. There's not like a two-ship flying around on patrol that are trying to get into a dogfight or something. It's gonna be a lead aircraft that's got a really good radar setup. Probably, you know, if I had to guess, it would be something that's not the standard one that's gonna shoot a missile. And then there's gonna be a whole flight of basically missile boats. I couldn't say what they were, but I mean, they're probably Eagle-ish in some sense. And they're just going to shoot all their AMRAAMs off of the Link 16 data track off of a different radar. They're not going to use their radar at all, which has a multitude of advantages. And with MSI, all these systems are integrated, so when you're flying around, you're not just seeing what your radar's looking at. You're seeing it what everybody's radars are looking at. And with Link 16, like the old way, you could see targets on your data link, on like your HSD, but you just knew they were there, so it would help you get your radar where it needed to be to actually get your radar looking directly at the target. So it was very helpful. With the full MSI, which is multi-source integration, through the Link 16, not only can you see them and know where they are roughly, but you can actually use that to fire a missile off your jet. Which is super spiffy, because that means, like, say there's no AWACS and you're on patrol, which could definitely happen, but you've got 3 or 4 different ships. Well, then you're in a combat formation and one guy's radar is looking, you know, forward, up, the other his radar looking, you know, down, forward, and then you got a guy looking left and right, but everybody can see everybody's, so you're kind of covering most of the sky. Is DCS gonna load? Oh man, I hope this patch didn't break a bunch of shit. I always forget that when DCS patches stuff, they might have some issues for a couple days. I'm still waiting for it to load. I didn't say anything bad about WAGs, did I? Did I talk some WAG shit? Is that what's going on? It's not loading because WAG... Did I say something bad about WAGs already? Oh, never mind, we're here. Okay, is that going through on the stream? Okay, yeah, it's showing on the stream. Alright. Back into the fray. Well, my SRS wanted to update, and that crashed it. Like, it crashed DCS, and then it just took a minute to load back in. It probably created an error. Had to work through it when I loaded back in. If I had to just guess. I'm happy they're still chipping away at the Chinook. They need to get all the systems done, that way it flies properly, and that'll help a lot of normal people a lot, because that thing, you shouldn't try to fly a Chinook raw. It's not really made for that. But also, when the systems are all done, they'll actually start optimizing the damn thing so it doesn't lag everybody out and cause crashes and all that shit. The C-130 and the Chinook and the Apache need a lot of optimization. Which is going to be hard to do, because I love DCS to death, but it's like so many years behind optimization at all, so it's layer caked really bad. Oh, someone captured the channel. We're good to go. So I was worried we'd have to come in here and capture all this, but they've got it, so we're good to go. Alright, Beluza. So we've got Sam Hotel in Beluza. Somebody already got Madrid, too. So as long as we hold Madrid... Wonder if Santa got in here during the evening with a bunch of people and just whipped this place's ass. Is there still boats out there in the bay? You did not? Oh, somebody got in here and did a lot. They captured at least 4 points, 5 points. This damn Maverick. What about a Maverick's giving you a hiccup? From what aircraft? It's not the same in every aircraft. Well, they're very similar in each aircraft, but they're still different. Oh, the Hornet? When you bring up the Maverick, does it show like a TV screen, or does it show just a crosshair? The crosshair is just a laser, yeah. The crosshair is just showing. It's just a symbology to show you that you're looking at where the laser is that you're trying to shoot for. Laser ones could be a little tricky. So you got to have a laser you're shooting at. So you got to use your targeting pod, or you got to have something else laser it for you. Oh, let's see. Goro. What was that? Let's see. Oh, thanks for the sub. I got an add button right here. I just reach down whenever and I just start hitting it. My problem is it never even really, like, sometimes the thing will tell me there's an ad getting ready to play and other times it doesn't. So a lot of times I have no friggin' idea. But yeah, when you're doing Mavericks, the F is your standard Maverick and the E is your laser. So you'll have to get your targeting pod out. You'll have to put it over the target you want to shoot. You want to designate it as a target. Make sure your laser's turned on. Yeah, I would start with the F for sure. That's going to be your standard Maverick. The F, you can slave it to your pod. And then you can take control of it and move it around to get it to snap onto a contrast like any other Maverick. The only reason to use the laser one is because it's got a larger shape charge on it. So if you're trying to hit something even bigger or harder to penetrate, but there's not really much like that in DCS for the most part. Just a standard Maverick is going to be good enough for most things. But if you're still having trouble, like, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or something, or I can do a little rundown for it. There's a lot of videos online though that will probably go through the Hornet. Some of the jets, it's hard to find good information, but there should be like 1,000 videos for the Hornet. Okay, Nick, I'm gonna head towards Sam Hotel and strike it. I don't know what's there. Looks like there's an SA-3 and a Gecko, but I don't see... Oh, never mind. There's a Chapped M2. So I'm going to try to get that Chapped M2 and some other stuff. I'm just going to do a single strike and see what it looks like. We have tanks inside of Kerbit Airfield, by the way. What's our budget look like? I haven't even looked at the budget. Oh god, they spent all the money. Okay, we don't have a budget, so we just got to do this raw. All right, let's get a GPS on Sam Hotel. And let's create a custom strike mission. All right, let's use Mark Point 9. Okay, 3100. And 4309. East, we want 3251. 3325. Elevation in feet 127. All good? All good? Okay. Alright, let's get up in the air. Let's turn our early warning up. Yeah, buddy. Link 4, FLIR, we're all linked up. Dig it. Okay. I got no idea where I am. I need to look up on the map one more time to know where I am.
Request takeoff.
Oh, geez. Maybe I should have used Al Aresh. We're gonna have to back taxi. So right, left, drive down to the other runway, turn around, take off. Well, Vic, did the dynamic spawning work for your Hun? Hello, Nick. If you go to your map and you hold down your left alt and then left click on the map, it creates a point and puts it onto the screen, and then you just go back to your regular screen and it'll stay there until you click it off. So you can grab GPS coordinates off of your briefing map and, you know, just have them right there so you can put them into your CDU or your CNI or whatever system you're using at the time. Now, Vic, can you cold start that thing? You know the rules. If you can't cold start it, you can't fly it. No, not you, Nick. Nick on YouTube asking a question about coordinates on the screen. I got two different chats up. I'm streaming to YouTube at the same time. Yeah, you know me, I like putting all my own waypoints in to make sure everything's good. Especially because pre-briefing on certain aircraft doesn't work very well in DCS. Why is my sound gone? Because it is. And just so everybody knows, there is a chance I will have to suddenly AFK tonight. Maybe more than once, just because my body's being pretty stupid right now, and I had to take some extra medicine that sometimes makes my stomach get pretty upset. But I'm going to try to fly as much as I can. Yeah, I don't actually shoot Mavericks off of my Hornet almost ever. I don't, because for one, you only put singles on it, so it's not really worth taking a single Maverick or two Mavericks most of the time. There's better munitions. And the Hornet's pretty, not the best for shooting Mavericks, really. You can do it, but in the place of one Maverick, you could put two Broaches, and two Broaches have more damage capability than a single Maverick, so... And you can fire them from a lot farther away. Usually if I'm going to throw Mavericks, it'll be on the Hog or a Viper. Or even a Phantom. I got pretty good with the Phantom. Although, shooting Mavericks off the Phantom is definitely... Definitely a skill issue. It is well, not really. It's a super old interface, so it's just rough. You don't have really direct control. It's bouncy. All right, what do we got? Nick is out there at 7,000 feet. That's him. Are you in an F-14? You must be, because I can't get information off of you, so you're in some old... Alright, I'm taking off. I was gonna put you on my data link, but... It's a Tomcat. I can't really add your Casio calculator to my system. I can't wait to get the U upgrade though. I want to be able to use the Tomcat more. It's gonna be a while before I can get the U, but I will definitely get it for sure. Tally Sam Hotel. Alright, we still got fuel in the bag. Let's use it. The looks are fine. I mean, I don't really care about the HUD symbology that much. It's cool, but it's not needed for me, I don't think. But adding the actual CDU, GPS, you know, all the good stuff. The stuff that they were doing to the D model when they were doing all of the experimentation with Fox 3s before they decommissioned the Tomcat. That's what they were doing on the Tomcat. The Tomcat was firing AMRAAMs, they just never equipped it for battle that way. But we're not going to get the D, but the U is going to be close. You'll be able to drop JDAMs, you'll actually have navigation because it'll be on an Iggy. All right, dropping the tank. Okay, I'm just getting close and then I'll start shooting. I need to find that Tor Gauntlet. Tally, I got the Tor Gauntlet. Tally M2 Tor Gauntlet is my first target. Marked, and I got a shooting solution. Stupid external lights. I always forget that on the hot starts. There's an SA-11 over there. And we got some flanker radars, so it could be a flanker or a fulcrum down the coast here to the west. Almost in range. I'm gonna give two to the Tor Gauntlet, one at the start and one at the end. And I'm going for that radar. That's the radar right there of the SA-3. That's the main target, and that's the main target. Rest of it's all just stuff. Alright, we're in range, we're overflying the zone a little bit, and let's remark the target. It's actually stabilized. Remarked. Still good. Alright. One away! Alright, let's put one. That looks like an MRAP. Two away. Alright, let's hit the mound and get the radars. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8's going to go back to the Tor. That Tor's going to probably shoot down most of my stuff. That's why I'm putting the last one on him. Hopefully he runs out of ammo before I get that last one gets to him. Alright, all the shots are away. RTB. Let's get set up for our trip home. Alright, FLIR off. We'll stow the radar. We don't need the radar anymore. Where were we going? Let's go to El Arish. Oh, we're right there already. Look at that. Yeah, these are JSOWs. These are GPS-guided glide bombs, and the ones I'm using are called Brooches, so they're just a very large shape charge. Think of it like a 40-mile Maverick. So it's got a sensor right there on the front. They're going to glide up to where my GPS location is, where it's designated, and then they're going to pop up, and they're going to use that sensor right here on the front to spot a target that is right near wherever I designated that spot on the ground, and then it's going to fly into it and explode. There's also a CEB version, which is a cluster munition, but it's a bomblet cluster, so it's not very effective. Unfortunately, the Broach is much better. You can pop a T-90 with a Broach. You can pop a building with a Broach. It's a very large shaped charge. So you can kind of think of a broach, a JSOW broach is like, call it like a double Maverick. It's not quite that big of an explosion. Mavericks are actually quite large, but it does more punch than a Maverick. Hey, I got the Tor. Shack, Tor Gauntlet is down. Can't believe I got that Tor Gauntlet with a broach. We're getting all kinds of hits. Got the radar too. Boom. Looks like the Gecko is still alive. Okay, Sam Hotel still has a Gecko that's on its last leg. The SA3 radar systems are all down, and the Tor Gauntlet is down, so there's just some technicals and a Gecko. I'll be coming back with a Hog. I can take care of this. Alright, let's land so I can switch aircraft. We got work to do. Alright, board out. Oh, there's my AWACS. Let's put him on the data link. Oh, I don't know why. We don't need it anymore. We're landing. Alright, we're idle. We'll pop gear at 250. There we go, gear. We're way too high. We're gonna lazy it for a minute. Alright, we're on speed, but we're out of time.
Altitude. Altitude.
Alright, on speed. We're going to work our altitude down a little bit more. Oh, we're so friggin' heavy too. It's a little late, but... Oh, yeah, you can see the aerosol a little bit. Alright, on speed, on time. Smooth like butter. Butter. Alright, let's just pull off the runway. We're going to switch aircraft. We should be able to clear out whatever's left there, but I'm worried about them repairing it really quick, as they tend to do. Alright, El Arish. Oh, I didn't even check the warehousing. Are we good? We should have tons by now. Oh yeah, we got tons. I'll say we've owned this part of the map for like a week. Warehouse should be stout. Alright, El Arish, A10C2. Let's use my loadout and modify it. We do not need these. So, well, let's 6 Mavericks. Let's bring 2 12s. Just in case we need a big boom. And I guess we can just put some more rockets on here, to be honest. Just to make sure we don't need a bunch. Just in case we have a few more trucks than we need to pick them off. We're going to get most of it on the Maverick run. And we'll gun the rest of it more than likely. Alright, let me create my flight plan really quick and then we'll get up in the air and we'll get this done. Is there anything coming? I don't see anything coming yet from Beluza. I guess I'll grab the escort. I don't think that costs anything. I think it's earned. Data link set. And broadcasting. Alright, I need a GPS. Hopefully the memory bank's not full. MSN 47. There we go. And we're going to call this one Sam1. Alright. 3100745 north. Easterling 03251. And 552. Boom. All right. We're good to go. All right. We got to back taxi just a little bit. Make sure our flaps are good. We're ready for takeoff. Everything else is set. Radio's on. Everything's good. Let's set the Jehemics. Alright, MSN 47 should say Sam1 now. Sam1, 50 miles. We definitely got to drive to the end and turn around. We need all the runway we can get with this old beast. Especially in DCS where it's a little underpowered. A little bit underpowered. A little bit slower than the real thing. Oh my god, yeah, I am burning up. I really hate my stupid body and my stupid medicine that I have to take to stay alive. It's like going through menopause every night when I have to take those pills. It just causes me to overheat badly and dehydrate the crap out of me. Alright, here we go. And then I gotta turn the heater on my legs to keep the pain down, which makes me get even hotter. Fun, fun. Alright, we're looking at 150 and rotate. Probably won't get lift until like 160, though. We're pretty fat. Rotating. Airborne. I haven't looked into it yet, Nucky. It might be doing some weird stuff because the MSI is supposed to be implemented. I haven't gone in there to check it yet. So it might be doing a lot of weird auto-locking stuff if you're not used to it. Well, I shouldn't say locking, a lot of auto-passive tracking. Using all of the available information on the Link 16. So if you thought it was a little bit rough with auto tracking before, it's going to be worse now. Until you get used to it. But like I said, I haven't messed with it yet to know how much is actually implemented yet and all that. I just read about it like minutes ago. Let's do about a 4-degree climb. Well, that's... There we go. You ready to shoot some Mavericks? The explosive end goes into the bad guy. That's how I do it. I don't know about everybody else. That's always been my rule of thumb when shooting missiles or Mavericks. The explosive end goes into the bad guy. The only glitch I saw at first glance on my SAE page using the MSI was it had incorrect data on all of the flight directions of all the tracks. So it was causing the vector to spin on the targets, but that's all. It showed me where they were. I could get elevation information on them. It just wasn't really showing the direction of their vector at all properly. It was spinning, which is probably a bug. It shouldn't do that. But I didn't use TWS on the actual radar page. I did a broach run, so. Alright, 40 miles. Let's get the targeting pod over there. Let's pick some winners. We're looking for a gecko, which should be to the, well, there's the mound. So at least my GPS was correct. Okay, I got the geckos hiding behind some trees. I gotta get up higher to see him. Little gecko. There's the technicals, there's the MRAP. Launchers, that looks like a technical right there. All the launchers in the background, and all looks pretty cut and dry. Oh, here we go. Those are technicals, Uriels with big ass Zeus 23s mounted in them. Yeah, we gotta kill that. Who is hiding? Alright, let's maintain 3 degrees. Whoops. Mavericks will be warm right now. Mavericks are ready. And you little sucker. That's just rude. That's right, it's hiding in my kryptonite. It's alright. We're still 32 miles out. We've got a gradual climber at 10,000 feet. We should be able to see him before we get close enough, I think. Maybe. I don't know. He looks like he's pretty close to the edge of that tree line. We might not be able to get a good shot. I don't think that gecko could fire at us, though. It's got like 1% life left. It should be dead. Should be. Hey, sweet. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Yeah, he's really close to that tree. He is literally hiding right behind it, isn't he? No, there's some distance there. I should be able to see it. I can't believe I can't see it now, actually. I'm at 11,000 feet. That angle seems a little off. But we'll keep going. He'll appear before we're ready to shoot. 27 miles? Yeah, 27 miles. We'll get there. I don't want to get much higher than 12,000 feet. Alright, Tally Gecko. He's either heavily damaged or they're hitting the bong. For their sake, I hope they're hitting the bong. I'm gonna send them a care pack. I'm gonna send them a care package here in a minute. Special delivery. All right, we got clear tally. That's definitely the gecko. 22 miles. Maverick's hot. Slaving. All right, we're set to shoot. I've even got him in the seeker head. Alright, let's level off and get some speed going. We should be able to ripple off like all 6 here. Right off the seeker head. Although I'm gonna fire 1 and then I'll come back around to shoot the next ones. I don't want to give the gecko even an opportunity. Oh, what are the flanker radars? Okay, they're not even close, so well, whatever. 19 miles. We'll clear it out and then we'll land and we'll grab a Chinook and we'll fly over here and capture it. And then we're on to Beluza, which Beluza's got an SA-11, so we're gonna have to hit that for sure. And it's got a chapped. There's more there. I forgot. There's no scout here, so there's way more there. I'll put a scout out before we start doing anything. Madrid and Kerbrit is getting hit pretty hard. Hopefully we can hold the defense there while we're getting all this stuff taken care of. .5 miles. We should get contrast, I mean, hopefully by about 9.5 at least. Come on, baby. Give me contrast before this thing starts waking up. 11. Waiting on contrast. We're in the keyhole, roughly. Rifle. 10 mile. That must already be dead. Rifle. 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 Yeah, I guess that's already. I guess those are dead. Didn't look dead, but it's dead. Rifle. Okay. We got all 6 off. Just because the gecko's not turning on, it's too damaged. Alright, we'll come back around. Oh, look at that. The gecko ran and hid, didn't he? Boom, there he went. Gecko down. Rest of it's going down. Oh, let's get parallel. Alright, let's spot targets. Alright, gecko is down. Yeah, that thing's dead. That thing's dead too. What's even left? Just the launchers on the mound? Is that all that's left? Yeah, it's just the mound. So there's 2 launchers and the P-19 radar, so we're gonna stow the targeting pod. We don't need it anymore. We're gonna save the weight. Alright, rolling in. Guns, guns, guns. Alright, I do see the mound. I don't really see the radar yet, but I don't have to see it. I see the 2 launchers, though. There's the radar.
Pull up! Pull up!
SA-11 at Palooza is giving me nails. Is there 1 launcher left? There's nothing left. What's going on? There's nothing left. Why is it not neutral? Is there troops out in the open that I didn't see? Alright, I'm gonna put smoke on it. Am I at Sam Hotel? Yeah. There's something there. Oh, there's a bunch of something there. Must be troops. Must have squirters.
Pull up! Pull up! Altitude! Altitude!
Oh shit, there's another one right there. Alright, yo-yo.
Pull up! Pull up!
Alright, neutral, come on. Give me the neutral. Boom, okay. Alright, we gotta land. We gotta go back and land now and get back here quickly. Is there any enemy coming to recapture it already? Not yet. Alright, mission complete. We gotta get back home ASAP. All on a day's work. All right, seeing as how we got time, let's go ahead and set up our initial. All right, so it's going to be 34L. And the magnetic is going to be 331. There we go. All right. Whoever flew during the day-to-day spent all the money. They went through... I don't know how much they gained. They must have gained a lot of money, but they spent more than they gained. Oh, thank you with that public service announcement there, Indigo. So I think last night when I left the server, we had built up the budget to close to 7,000 credits, I believe. And today there was like 1,000 credits left in it when I got here. So they definitely spent a ton. But they gained some ground. They did capture those areas in the south that I was going to have to capture tonight. So that's good. They captured this stuff down here, right here. Whoa. Why am I not trimming out? I swear the A10 needs to learn how to allow me to trim. It's always on the edge of being able to trim. You could never trim it out. Alright, almost home. 29 miles. What's this Kiowa doing out here? Just cruising. Looking for chicks. How far of a flight do I have to capture that? 21 miles? That won't take me very long. I can clear that pretty quick. We'll just grab 3 small squads, throw them in the chinny and hit it. Oh, I don't know if my waypoint's actually on the runway. My HSI might be off. Oh, I need to take a... Yeah, I gotta take a dose. Which sucks because I'm already burning up. Can't actually see it. Damn, we're bringing most of our munitions back. Well, I shouldn't. 6 Mavericks is a lot of friggin' munitions, but they were delivered for a good cause. I'm working hard for the Terrorist Make-A-Wish Foundation. I think I see the runway. I think the waypoint is on the front of the runway, so I should just be able to fly the HSI. So we're just gonna go this way for a ways. I'm not gonna go into a landing pattern. I'm just gonna roll straight in for final. We're the only ones using the airfield. Uh-oh. We got armor heading into Farp Mike, but we do have... No, we do not have any real armor. No, we got some armor, it's just not a good spot.
Tell me, river, where your current flows. Why don't you
I'm gonna spend a very small amount of money because I'm getting ready to earn a bunch of money. I'm gonna put armor into Cabrit and Farp Mike, just to make sure they get held a little bit better.
freight train? Little lost man ride. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh. Well, darling, ain't coming back no more. Why don't you hear me wonder?
Yeah, they're shooting our shooting at our troops up front there. Alright, they're gonna clean them up. They're gonna clean them up. I'm good on trim. There's the runway. That's the AWACS. What hip? Ah, shit on me. He's gonna recapture it and repair it. Alright, board's out. Of course. Depending on what he spawns, I can probably... If it's something small, I can kill it with a hind. I'll grab a hind and get up there and kill it with the hind, and then drop off the one squad I can bring in the hind and capture it. Alright, gear out. Boards out. Flaps down. We're way too high. All right, on speed. We're coming in a tad steep. We'll just flatten it out here at the end. It's no biggie.
Altitude, altitude.
Nice and smooth. Yeah, that hip is crapping right in my Cheerios for sure. Vic, are you doing anything in that Hun yet? Besides headbutting a sand dune? Alright, how many credits did I earn at least off of all that? Should be decent. 204, that's actually not that great. I got promoted though. That's cool. Well, as long as he doesn't spawn in like some long-range shit, I can kill it with a hind probably, but it just depends on what he spawns in. I'm starting to think whoever captured all that territory down here south did it by just sending NPCs left and right, thousands and thousands and thousands worth of credits to flights to do it. That would be my guess. It's the only way I can think of them going through that amount of money that fast. I can't respawn until I know what's here. I'm not going to check my blood yet because I know it's bad, and I want to keep flying for a little bit. Come on, Hip. Oh, is somebody using the AM or the FM right now? No, they're not. They're using the full-on money JTAC. All right, I'm gonna put one up. I'm gonna put up a freebie. It's the SA3. That's what they got up. Someone's got to kill that radar for me. What the hell? I'm not even seeing Sam Hotel on here. Well, it's the SA3. Oh, wait, he can't. It might take a second for the AI to understand that they got it back. There we go. Yeah, it's just the SA3. Do you have a single bomb or something, Nick, you can drop on the mound? If we get a bomb on the mound, the radar will be done. The search radar and the track radar are on the top of the mound. But I can't get a helicopter in there to do that. Actually, he probably doesn't have anything. He's probably air to air. Yep.
Yeah, when you go there, load out the mama.
Yep. No worries, I got it. I'm gonna switch aircraft really quick. Oh, let's see. Double 32s, there we go. We're just gonna drop a 4,000 pounds of JDAM on that mound. If you're gonna fly a chopper, I will change my loadout and I'll make sure that everything's dead. If you're gonna bring a chopper in to capture it, then I will switch it up and I'll bring 8 JDAMs and I'll make sure that mound is gone. I thought I was gonna have to do it on my own. I'll switch my loadout right now if you're gonna bring the capture squad in. I'll do a mark drop. Yeah, I'll bring 8 JDAMs and I'll do a mark drop.
Self escort through this MiG-21 floating around north side.
Single fish bed. I'm not too worried.
Rearming complete.
All right. Make sure everything is good. Oh shoot, I gotta reset my FCS really quick because I changed the loadout. Alright, faults, 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 no faults. We didn't know there's a small Russian SAM factory in every hip. That's the junk that's in the trunk. Bunch of SA-3s apparently. Alright, getting ready to take off. It won't take me very long to get over there to that SAM hotel and put these JDAMs all over it. There's one fish bed floating around. I see him to the southwest. Might be a non-issue for me. There it is. Looks like there's more stuff there than I thought, though. No, there's not. It's just the mound. I'm not going to do a mark drop. I'm going to do it manually. Oh, actually, no, let's go ahead and mark it up. There might still be one launcher left when I'm done, Vic, if you... But I'll see if I can gun it or something, we'll see. Just because sometimes at this angle the JDAM might... miss the earth, so to speak. Okay. Alright, I've got a 8 mark drop set up. Alright, we're losing the bag. We're clean. Time to drop a boatload of bombs. I made a boo-boo. If I survived this, I had to overflow. I flew too close to the Day of the Sand, but I didn't have much of a choice. I should have brought smaller bombs. If I survive this, we'll be okay. My first bomb's going on the middle of the mound. I think I made it. I think I'm okay. Yeah, I think I'm okay. We'll just let that JDAM land. After this first bomb hits, I'll come back around and drop the others. This first one's gonna put it out of commission. I just gotta go back to kill the rest of the stuff. Unless this misses, but it's not gonna miss. It missed. It went over the top. Alright, we're no longer using mark points. Okay, I got a good one. Hopefully it doesn't shoot at me. Okay, no, I'll get this one off. It's good. Bomb away. Bomb away. Bomb away. Okay, I got a few off. I'll come back around again after those hit. First bomb this time should take it out. There's a friggin' Havoc coming in too, that's weird. Yeah, it looks like it's going right into the heart of the SAM radars, which is what I wanted, right in the middle of them. Radar's down. SAM system's dormant, radars are down. I got 4 bombs left. I'll drop them in there and do as much as I can, but the radars are down. Okay. I got 4 bombs. I'm going to get rid of the launchers. There's going to be 2 Uriels left. You can gun them with your hind, no problem. Or I'll leave 1 launcher for you to gun, and I'll put a 1,000-pounder between the 2 Uriels. It depends on how close together they are. Almost in the zone. In the zone. Pickle 1. Pickle 2. I do not see the Uriels actually. I do see the other launcher though. Pickle. Pickle. Okay, all my bombs are away. Whoop. There's a SA-11 at Palooza that's nailing me. I am turning and burning out. Impact. Alright, it's all you, Vic. Hit the Havoc. Where's the Havoc? Yeah, I can probably do that. Give me a second. Vic, I've got one AMRAM. I'm gonna see if I can take care of that Havoc. If I don't get it with the AMRAM, though, I might not be able to do anything about it. See if that TWS and the Link 16 will help me on this. Jody, this is DCS, Digital Combat Simulator. Okay, I got the Havoc. Maybe? Nope, that's not the Havoc. That's Santa Beard. I'm scraping the ground with my radar. I got nothing on the data link, so I'm gonna have to do it raw. Yeah, I got nothing on data link. I might have to just do an auto acquire. And that might not work either.
Altitude. Altitude.
What is these 29 radars? What is that? I see the Havoc. I can't get him in auto acquire either. The radar doesn't see him at all, even though I'm looking right at him. Oh, got him. Fox 3. Alright, I'm bugging out. I got the Havoc. It's down. You're clear to get in, Vic. Havoc is down. I'm Winchester RTB. And I'm defensive. I'm burning out of the area. Yep, I'm clear. I didn't have any issue with the radar. That was just, that was an issue with the Havoc. Everything was working as it should. Havocs are tricky and they're broken on DCS. They're overtuned, overpowered. Where's the AWACS? I thought he was floating around up here. He is. He's right there. Wonder why he's not showing up. Now that's a problem. The AWACS not showing up on the SA page. Oh no, you killed Vic? He was going to capture the point. What did you kill Vic for? Don't worry about it. It's an accident. But yeah, damn. Know what you're shooting at for sure. You gotta know what you're shooting at. Vic shot himself down. Vic, how dare you kill Vic? What are you doing? Yeah, I'm worried about a hip coming in to resupply. We're gonna have to... Hey, Vic, you can spawn a... You can spawn a hind or whatever you want to spawn from FARP Lima. And it's only 20 miles. As soon as I land, I'll spawn something as well. We'll get there as quickly as we can to capture. I'm not even home yet. I've still got to land and all that good stuff. It's going to be so many minutes before I'm even ready to respawn. I can't do the jump out. That's what get Vic's for flying that Russian helicopter, right? Yeah. What'd you get him with? Was it an AMRAAM? Oh my gosh. He got you with a Maverick. Does that mean you actually got him with your targeting pod and locked him up on the targeting pod? And he's using the UN skin. Oh, damn. I thought it was like a heater or an AMRAAM. He got you with a Maverick. That's hilarious. Well, it happens to everybody. Don't worry about it. I bet you check targets more. There's a car with a rotor blade on it, and said UN on the side. I don't know. I feel the same way about NATO sometimes. It happens. Yeah, it's spits all.
Altitude. Altitude.
I don't know what's doing that, but I am actively jamming them. Oh, that's that SA-11 at Beluza. There's no way they're locking me. That's Iosauron shit. That's not real. Al-Arish traffic, Fubar 11 coming in for short final on runway 34L. Al-Arish traffic. Alright, I'm down, taxiing off the runway, and then I'll spawn at the FARP and start heading straight for... There's still some stuff there to kill though, right? So I'm gonna have to do it in a hind. Or... Santa, did you finish off the last few targets that were there?
Yeah, 2 euros to the north.
$190.
I'm gonna try and pick London now, but you may just come up with a gun afterwards.
Copy, yeah, I'll bring a hind. Well, there's this FARP Lima. Is it a CTL FARP Lima? No. It's just FARP Lima. Alright, hind. Oh, never mind. Vic's got the hind. So I don't need to bring troops then, right? Well, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway just in case one of us gets shot or something. I'll go ahead and bring a hind with a set of troops as well, just to make sure.
Adjusting magnetic declination. Ready. Turning all weapons.
We're going to turn off a lot of systems. We'll turn them back on once we're up in the air. Just because we're a little heavy, I don't want to blow the generator. Alright, grabbing some troops.
We're ready. Let's go.
All right, what is 295 for 21? All right. Alright, gear coming up. What'd I say it was? 295? Yeah. Alright, we got good transitional lift. We can unload the torque and start cruising. Alright, let me get my micro switches up. That wasn't good. Better. Okay, I'm on the way. Let's power up our heaters in case we get jumped by a jet. Get our radar up and running now. Alright, everything's on. We're good. Oh, I don't like how the cruise status window is on my screen now. I don't know how to remove it now. I had it off by default, and the button that made it appear and disappear is no longer working, so that sucks. Damn, I don't even know what it's called anymore either. I'll have to look it up later. I don't want that on my screen.
Weapons ready. Атака selected.
Yeah, there's just two Uriels hiding in the town, though. They are right up under the trees around a building right there. They're really hiding. Oh, yeah, they're way hiding. One of them's smoking, though. That'll give it away, maybe. It's not smoking that much, though. Vic will get him. This is all Vic. He'll get him, he'll land, he'll capture it. He's got this. I'll land afterwards and tear it up one more time with my troops. It's probably just a tier 2 anyway, but it might be a tier 3. We'll see. Santa, if you've got any munitions, it throws me off that your name is Santa Beard, because I keep thinking of Santa that runs the North Pole servers and owns them. Who's a friend? But if you have a bomb or anything like that, get it on those two trucks that are in that little piece of town there. If you've got something, and drop it before we get close. There's an Mi-8 coming in. Directly west of Sam Hotel, coming from Beluza, there is an Mi-8, but we're gonna have to wait for it to get closer to kill it, of course, because that SA-11 is protecting. He is 9 miles out. Vic, you are 6 miles out. You can either go for the capture before he gets there, or you can try to knock him down before he lands. It's up to you. You're closer. You could probably try to go for the landing and just capture it. I'll come in behind you and kill that hip. Maybe. I'm a little farther away. Yep, take it easy, Nick.
Staff activated. Looking for targets. Target search.
Alright, Petrie sees something. I'm not sure if it's Vic. I think it's Vic I'm looking at. We're gonna follow Vic. We're gonna push for some speed now, though. We're gonna load up on torque. Oh, I see him. I see the hip out in the distance.
Target search.
I do see the hip for sure.
Target search.
I'm flying towards the hip.
Looking for targets.
See that little dot right there flying across.
Searching. Searching for targets. Searching.
I'm gonna put a tandem on that hip. Splatter that thing all over the side of the desert.
Target search.
Okay, I got the hip. I'm definitely too far away to kill it. But I'm coming. I should be able to kill it before he lands. You should be okay to just finish those trucks off and then land and capture. Come on, you fat girl. What are we doing, 300? Oh no, we're not, we're doing 240. Oh, looks like Vic's moving in, or somebody is. Yeah, that's, oh, that's a jet. That's a Hornet. That's Santa. Yeah, I see that hip, it's got a sling load. I've got him locked. I'm trying to get there quicker. If you've got a shot, Vic, take it.
Target on sight.
Oh, I just need range.
Get me closer. Out of range.
I'll let you know when I fire. Come on, Petrie.
Ready to fire. Launch.
Rifle tandem, MI8.
Hit on target, but not destroyed.
Splash.
Yeah, good effects on target.
Nothing but a Crisco splatter.
Observe off.
Alright, I gotta unload some torque and slow down. smoke in the air from the SA-11. Careful, careful. 2 shots up from the SA-11. I didn't know that truck was still alive. Dead now. Alright. We gotta start slowing down. The gear come down? Yep. Yep, gear's down. Alright, I'm down. Looks like we need one more run to finish it off, but yeah, good stuff, Vic. Good stuff. That gave us into Sam's. Oh, where'd Vic go? Did you already drop off your stuff and despawn? All right, so what all is up here? Oh, there's a lot here. All right, I need to shore up the defenses. Oh, we don't have any money either, do we? No, it all got spent today. That might hurt a little bit. I'm gonna put a unit of armor and a unit of SHORADs in here, and that's all I'm gonna do. That's just gonna have to be enough. Let's see, I guess the only thing left to do, we have to capture Beluza, because once we capture Beluza, it's self-contained. There's 2 Hinds heading towards Sam Hotel right now. I'm gonna get up in the air and try to take out that Tor Gauntlet, because once that's out of the way, we can bomb the shit out of this place. So I'm gonna go for a high velo shot. That's the best option. Oh, I should just test my blood, but I really don't want to because I know it's gonna be bad. Alright, let me test my blood. Cross your fingers that I don't have to get off of here. But I got a bad feeling. Damn it. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna do this run, but I'm gonna have to get off here pretty soon. Damn thing. I knew it was gonna be bad. My body's been acting shitty all day. All right, I'm going for the M2 chapped. If I can get that, then it'll at least be wide open for everyone else that's flying. If you want to keep going and take out Beluza, that would be awesome. Hopefully I can at least take out the GBI. All right, taxiing. Oh, and Twitch did process that payment, like, immediately. That's the fastest they've ever done it. So the counter for the new throttle is at $80. That's what I'm at. I just can't believe Twitch processed it that fast. Usually they tell me how much I might make, and then they're like anywhere between 3 and a week late. I don't know why I'm back taxiing. I could have just turned around and hit the blower. We're in a Viper. Which is what we're gonna do. We don't need all that runway. All right, here we go. Hey, Equalizer, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for the Prime. Bardic Bite, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that as well. Oh, Takan, you make me sad. Alright, let's climb up, and while we're climbing up, you know what I forgot to do is I didn't pre-brief. I don't really need a pre-briefing on it, but oh wait, I don't need it. I'm not going to Sam Hotel. We're going to Beluza. We've already got a pre-brief point for that. There we go. Alright, we're heading up to the heavens. I mean, the new patch has a lot of really good stuff in it, but I haven't sat down to test all of it yet to see what actually implemented and what is kind of implemented and all that stuff, but the Super Saber is in, a lot of the MSI for the data link on the Link 16 for the Hornet, they said part of it is in. I haven't tested to see how much of the MSI is actually functional in the Hornet yet, but there's a lot of good stuff. I didn't even read the patch notes till I was in the stream, so I'll go through it this weekend or something on Sunday when I'm not streaming. From what I've seen, and there's a lot of Syria changes too. So on Sunday or something, I'll log into the Syria map and I'll fly the Hornet around and go through and see how, like I said, how much of the MSI is actually in there that's actually working the way it should, or if it's just kind of. Sometimes when they implement stuff, it's kind of there, but not completely. Kind of like Link 16 on the Hornet, it's kind of there. All right, we're off blower. We're cruising. Let's fence in. Bag is empty. Let's lose the bag. All right. I'm not going to worry about that hind. I'm going straight for that gauntlet. I'll kill the hind if the gauntlet, after I fire at the gauntlet. I got the Tor already. I am triangulating now. It's offset right. I'm using a full HOTAS and I'm using a custom motion capture setup for all the head movement and all that. These jets coming in on me yet? That's a frog. I don't give a shit about that. Those two flankers might be an issue. PGM 4. Alright, so changing the angle. PGM of 3, changing the angle again. Is that frog? Yep, that's that frog. Alright, we're just going to hold it right here until we get a PGM of 2. Got it. Rolling in for a shot. Hitting the blower. What do we got? Altitude. Yeah, alright. Angels 30. We need Mach 1. I'm going to give it multiple shots, at least 2. SA-11 is dormant. They're not turning it on. Mach 1. Mach 103, Magnum 1. Mach 105, Magnum 2. Alright, I'm going to press it. I'm going to make sure this thing goes down. We're going to get a direct shot too. Mach 111, Magnum. Mach 120.
Caution. Caution.
Fox 3 on the frog foot. Defensive. Cranking.
Cap flare. Cap flare. Cap flare. Cap flare.
Alright. Cold.
Cap flare.
Alright, that should be that. That should get that gauntlet, I hope. All those shots were high velo, high angle, except the last one's low angle, but high velo, very high velo. We got him. He tried to hit us, he missed. He's done. Tor Gauntlet's down. I got the frog foot too. Perfect. Frog dead, and the chapped unit is dead. Alright. Palooza's ready. You guys can kill it with everything. You can send brooches at the SA-11. You can kill everything. Get in there. Get it. There's no GBIs left. There's just some technicals and garbage. Yeah, the SA-11's wide open. Alright, switching Cat 1. Those flankers never even came this direction. They're patrolling over Egypt. It looks like Madrid, or I'm sorry, Cabrit held. So that's good. I was really worried about Cabrit not holding. I wish I had more time to keep attacking Palooza, but I really should get out of here and take care of my stupid broken body. Alright, let's fly back though. We'll cash in on that. Our team needs the credits real bad. Actually, how far away am I? El Arish is probably closest, maybe. 30 miles. Yeah. We'll just head home. A little out of balance. Yes, I'm just gonna say yes. It definitely is. I'm not the best person to ask about those kind of questions. It depends on how much you know about aviation to start, I guess, because these flight models are actually real. This is the same as the military training that we use to train military pilots. So if you know a lot about aviation, then I'd say the learning curve is not that bad. If you're coming in real fresh and just wanting to start learning about aviation from scratch, then there's a definite learning curve. But it is doable. I mean, anybody can learn how to fly. I've been flying my whole life ever since I was a little kid. If I can learn it, anybody can. But it'll probably take a little bit of time. And it also depends on how deep you want to get into the learning. Just learning how to fly is not that big of a deal. Getting like really in depth and learning, you know, avionics and the science of it all to get really good, that's real deep. But you don't have to get that deep into it just to learn how to fly. All right, board's out. El Arish traffic, Fubar 11 coming around for initial on runway 34L, El Arish traffic.
Altitude. Altitude.
LRS traffic, Fubar 11 on final for runway 34L. If I can trim it out. Fired one AMRAAM and now the thing's all wonky. Oh, we are heavy on fuel though. That's gonna be a thing. Alright, on speed. Well, look at that wind. Have to crab it in a little bit. Nah, I just did a straight in. Don't need to brake. When there's nobody at the airfield, I usually just come straight in. If there's going to be people using the airfield, then I'll get overhead just to make sure nobody steps on anybody's toes. Oh, did everybody leave? Okay, well, I guess, we captured Sam Hotel. That'll be good enough. Alright, tomorrow night we will, we'll just have to see what's going on. Someone in the day is actually doing work on the map. They're spending way too much money, but they're getting work done. So we'll come back and see. It wouldn't hurt my feelings if they had Beluza, so at least we have the entire eastern half of, all of Sinai and Israel covered. Yep, take it easy, Vic. Have some fun with the family.
Yeah, I saddled up my shoes, headed out at dawn. Ain't no place gonna hold me when the road keep rolling on.
Oh, what was that,
Left my baby crying, said you can't live that way.
Yeah, I'll be back tonight, like normal. As far as I know, I mean, unless something happens and my body sucks it up or something, which could happen, but as far as I know, I'll be here tonight. What was that patch note on Syria map, though? Give me a second.
Saw the sun in distance, looked like a burning coin.
Change log. Alright, where was that serious stuff?
Distance, looked like a burning coin. Lord, I don't
Syria map. Okay, so they added a bunch of air bases. Added new hangars at Ramat David and Prince Hassan. Added territory for Gaza Strip, Israel, and Turkey. Added the cities of Tel Aviv, Jerusalem. Oh yeah, there we go. There's Jerusalem. There's Tel Aviv. And they said they added they fixed the hangars at Ben Gurion, which is, if you don't know Israel, Ben Gurion is the large international airport in Israel, along with Tel Naf. Let's fly over Jerusalem really quick and just see what it looks like. Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Let me throw a jet up in the air really quick. Let's see, let's fly in style, so... Yeah, Tomcat, of course. Oh wait, client. Want to see what Yeah, that's a good idea, Santa. You definitely got to have some situational awareness going on. But don't like beat yourself up. Accidents do happen. Yeah, that's my Halloween skin for the Tomcat. That is a very sick skin. It's actually pretty cool too because the afterburner effect is green, so it just looks cool. There you go. We'll show it. We'll show it. Not going to describe how it looks and then not show you. We'll show it. Well, you were probably getting a little frantic trying to figure something out and you got a little task saturated, which is usually what happens, especially to fresh or new pilots. You gotta be calm. So there's the Halloween cat. I'll kick off the burner. Gotta love the Tomcat. Alright, let's check out Tel Aviv. That's Tel Aviv right there.
Copy.
Oh yeah, they added a bunch. Look at that. Tel Aviv is like the real capital now. The only thing I'd say, it looks like there's not... No, they're there. Never mind. See, it looked like there wasn't enough tall buildings, but no, they're in there. Awesome. Yeah, they're doing good work on this Syria map for sure. Alright, let's go fly over Jerusalem. Should be off the nose. That's awesome, Santa. Tomcats are awesome. They got decommissioned too soon. I thought it was sad that they decommissioned them right when basically most of the R&D and testing was done for all the new systems that were going into the Ds. It's pretty sad. They had them all AMRAAM capable, and then they decommissioned them. Political nonsense. Gotta love the buck on those engines in the Cat. Jerusalem should be right on the other side of this hill. Almost Mach 1. There we go, Mach 1. Mach 1-1. Should be Jerusalem right down there. Oh, there it is. There's Jerusalem. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they're doing really good work. Yeah, that's good stuff. We're a little ways away from... Well, Ben Gurion's not that far, but... I'll check it out later on the weekend. We'll check out... I'll see if I can dynamic spawn a C-130 into Ben Gurion now after they said they fixed Ben Gurion. Which is good, because when we did the Syria war, I couldn't even run logistics with my Hercules because it wouldn't let me spawn it in because Ben Gurion was messed up. So was Ramat David. Wouldn't let me bring in a C-130 on either of the main airports where we had warehouses. Alright. Let me see who's flying. I'll get you guys rated somewhere. I'm gonna get off here and take a bunch of medicine and chill out. Just like normal, I'll be in the Discord for hours still. If you need to get a hold of me, get a hold of me in the Discord. Everyone's welcome in the Discord. Everyone can join the Discord channel. There's no fees or any nonsense like that. It's not a money thing. It's everyone else. Everybody can be there. It's a good place to ask questions or get a hold of pilots. Oh, Mitsu, bad timing. That is horrible, horrible timing. All right, let's see who's flying. Vaughn's flying. We're gonna go raid Vaughn. Did I spell that right? Yep, okay. I haven't seen Vaughn stream in a bit. That's awesome. Vaughn's a good guy. He makes he used to make some liveries. He's a good pilot. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Normally I'd be flying for another hour, but I'm my body's not doing too good tonight, so I'm gonna call it a night a little bit early tonight. Alright everybody, take it easy. I'll be in the Discord. And I'll be back tonight to stream again. Enjoy the VODs over on YouTube, all that good stuff, and I'll see everybody later.